Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye on One.
Right, let's talk Amazon if we can. Why do you want to talk Amazon? Well, it's difficult to deny that what they're achieving at the moment. Let's have a look at what's happening. The internet giant's profits more than tripled to $8.1 billion in the first 3 months of 2021. That's according to their latest figures. Eye-opening figures, of course. Shares, which are near an all-time high, they're up 2% in pre-market trading at the moment. That's prompted all sorts of plaudits to rain down from different analysts. The perfect money-making machine, says one. Others call this a golden age for Amazon, according to other analysts. Well, is it? And to dive into the numbers, we've got a man that can, an individual with an outstanding track record of building e-commerce businesses from scratch, the likes of Best Buy Europe, Alshire and Alpha Tame, also delivering tangible sales margin and profit growth throughout his career and in his current role as the Chief Operating Officer at Dubai CommerCity. Devere Forster joins us live on the line. Devere, thanks for your time this morning.
No, good morning. Great to be here.
Right, let's dive into these numbers first and foremost. We have seen some extraordinary numbers delivered by Amazon. Why is this the case? That sounds like a really simple question, but is it as simple as right time, right place?
Look, Amazon, we all know, has been around for 2 decades now. And look, I think the fact that they have created online shopping in the very, very early days are perfectly placed now with the pandemic. Shopping online has really become a habit of life because of the pandemic. Those that didn't want to shop online really now do need to shop online. And, Amazon are really, really making hay while the sun shines today in the pandemic world of COVID. And if you actually look into the numbers, what's really driving the very, very top line revenues is international. We all know, if you delve into the numbers, 40% growth in North America, but over 60% growth year on year in the international market. So international is really starting to play a big part, and that's all thanks to Amazon branching.
Devere, we're just going to jump in there. We've got a few issues with the audio at the moment, so apologies to you, Devere. Devere Forster, we'll get him back on the line in just a few moments' time to dive into this numbers. It becomes, though, when you look into these, and as he just said there, the global growth that we've seen, the subscribers that they've gone, plus, I suppose, the number of divisions that they are. I know I'm making a little bit of fun, this Amazonification of our lives, but it seems to be the sort of touch point for just about everything you need these days.
Well, if you take the conversation we just had with Ed Bell about rising prices in everything, one of the prices that's gone through the roof is packaging, cardboard. Why has it done that? Because we're just ordering stuff in boxes.
Big boxes.
Big boxes, small boxes, other boxes are available. But yes, it is pushing up the price of packaging.
Happy to say that we've been able to sort out our technical issues, and I can say that Devere Forster, the COO of Dubai CommerCity, joins us live on the line. Devere, apologies for that one. You were just telling us there about the international growth, the new markets that Amazon have tapped into.
Yeah, sure. I think Amazon have been around a long time in the US, but they've been around a lot less time internationally. I think, international is going to become more and more important to them. If you look into the numbers, they saw 60% growth international versus 40% growth in North America. Obviously, the markets that's driving that international growth is this region, the UAE and the broader GCC, with the acquisition of Souk. They took certainly first mover advantage, taking on the marketplace leader in the region, being Souk. And we all know that more and more people are now having to move to buying online because of the pandemic, and the fact that Amazon are well placed to cater for that spend that are moving, customers moving to purchase online. I see this huge growth potential. Top-line figures continuing with Amazon.
So what about those spenders? What about those online shoppers at the moment? Given the influence that Amazon now has, are they able to sort of guide the spending habits and trends of shoppers through things like Prime Day?
Yeah, Amazon is full of data. They know when we're going to buy, what brands we're going to buy, what categories we're going to buy, and they target their marketing is. I just can't see anybody being able to do, their CRM, marketing anywhere like Amazon, because they've got such a wealth of data. So they can, send you an email, send out a notification when they know you're thinking about either replacing your beauty product, your TV, your washing machine, your DIY product, etc., etc. So, they're just in a machine. They know more about you than probably you know yourself.
Just as well. In terms of the sort of growth, not just of their market share, but also the growth of the brand and the company. I mean, given the fact there are so many different divisions of Amazon now, from AWS to Prime, etc., do they run the risk of getting too large?
I don't think they can. I don't think they can become too large. They just moved in, into payment services, acquiring Payforce in this region. Amazon Payment Services, AWS. What's striking about outside of e-commerce is AWS only accounts for 12% of the revenue, but it's 47% of their total profitability. They're moving into, like I say, payment services. All of these additional service areas outside of their true e-commerce business that they were born out of is just going to supply more and more profitability into that machine that they'll end up continuing to develop other products and services within the Amazon brand.
Devere, morning. Richard here. What's going to happen to local e-commerce players, though? We've had the rise of Amazon, and Noon, of course, has similar scale. But over the past few months, we've seen the demise of awok.com, which was a local aggregator for selling electronics. We had the demise of Spree.ae, which focused more on children's and parents' products. They didn't make it. So what's the difference between the winners and the losers?
I think, if you look globally, there really are only 2 or 3 big generalist marketplaces that survive in each country. Noon have come in as number 2. I still think there's plenty of space for Noon. But outside of the 2 big players, I've just come from Thailand, where you've got Lazada, which is an Alibaba business, and Shopee. As part of my role with Central Group, we brought JD.com in for a Chinese big massive, the number 1, 2 in China into Thailand. There's a struggle to have a third place marketplace, generalist marketplace provider. What Amazon have got are deep pockets. What Noon have got with Emart, they've got deep pockets. To get to where Amazon have got to today, they have spent every single dime and cent of revenue into marketing. So they've become, very, very strong because reinvest to let the consumer know what Amazon is. If you look at smaller players, they don't have the deep pockets that Amazon have got. However, what I'm also to say is that this is around generalist marketplaces. There's plenty of space in the market for specialist vertical, category specialist vertical marketplaces, such as, say, on DIY, on baby, because Mum's World is doing very, very well in this area, which is around mummy and baby products. So they will grow. But to try to have a generalist marketplace in a market where you're trying to compete against the likes of Amazon, you really need to have deep pockets, billions of dollars of deep pockets to make it work.
Well, Mr. Bezos certainly has that. Listen, Devere, really appreciate your time. Thank you so much indeed for crunching those numbers with us, giving us insight internationally, but also the impact of it locally there. Devere Forster is the COO of Dubai CommerCity, who themselves have just opened their new facilities within the last couple of weeks. We'll have more on that later on.